Yeah.
But I mean, the trajectory is there, and if the ankles do stay right, I know Under Armour, supposedly worked on some things with the supporting issues and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think he also changed his off-season conditioning and workout and all of that. But I'm just saying, man, sometimes it's intangible things that Zeke did, the leadership, knowing that the Pistons was a small market team or a blue collar town, taking on a all-time great like Magic, beating him. The 3 years he spent overtaking the monster that was the Boston Celtics and the parquet floor and all of that. Curry has not overcome those types of obstacles. He came in with a declining Kobe Bryant, with a bad roster, with a challenge roster. The only real demon that he's had, the real hurdle has been the Spurs, and he's never ran into them yet. The Spurs messed that up a couple last year or whatnot with the Clippers. But and that's part of what makes all of these. That's why Jordan has the position that he has, because he had a dance partner. Curry for him to get up there, you're gonna have to bang your head up against some wall and let me see how you overcome that. And he just hasn't had that, so I think that's one thing that hinders him. But yeah, like you said, so let me ask you this before we get out of here, because we got 90 seconds. Who would you stick in that spot in front of Curry? I mean, or to the end of this group as number 5, who would you slide in there?
Without looking at a list of guys from an era before my time, I'd probably Chris Paul and or Tony Parker.
No Pistol Pete's, West.
I didn't watch those guys, and I don't. Without being able to really look
GP.
at. I love Gary Payton, but and I love Jason Kidd. Yeah, Kidd should be in there. Absolutely, Kidd should be in there before. Yes.
I thought Kidd should have been in there myself.
Yes, absolutely.
And the one thing with Chris Paul, man, at some point in time, he's gonna have to get to the Western Conference Finals. But hey, man, I know I held you a little late because we had a longer pre-show than we want. I appreciate you screening my little my short. Any talks before we get on out of here? Any last thoughts? Buzzer beaters?
I got nothing.
I'm going to check out Raz Simone. I won't check out the Oscars. I'm going to dig more into this Anderson .Paak CD album. And that's about it, man. I'm going to check out these games this weekend. And we're gonna get back on here before 3 or 4 weeks go by. So I thank you for tuning in to Pay Me No Mind, Hoops and Hops, and that's just it, man. It's been a great one. And like I always say, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. Peace.
Proceed to roll my piece. Backwoods and